Sekira, the Forgotten City. Live within the Amazon, where the jungle becomes a labyrinth of shadows and whispers, travel archaeologist Julian, accompanied by three inseparable friends: Clara, a scholar of ancient languages; Diego, a devoted cartographer; and Samuel, a tireless photographer of the impossible. What began as an academic expedition to document forgotten traces of pre-Columbian cultures soon transformed into something far greater, something none of them had foreseen. The rainforest grew around them with heavy humidity and an endless chorus of unseen words. Each step was a battle against roots that clawed at their boots, against insects that buzzed like guardians of secrets buried for centuries. It was in the midst of the suffocating wilderness that Julian noticed a fissure in the rock, barely visible beneath a tangle of vines and moss. A current of cold air drifted from within, like an ancient sigh beckoning them forward. With ropes and lanterns, they descend into twisting caverns that rip like veins of stone. Their voices echoed against dripping walls, merging with the rain of water that fell in steady drops. Hours passed in that subterranean maze until, at last, they emerged into a hidden clearing, a valley concealed from every man. And there, rising before their astonished eyes, stood a lost city. It was carved with symbols unknown to any scholar, its towers looming like slumbering giants. A name reverberated in Julian's mind, though no one spoke it aloud. Sikira. Strange, mysterious, unrecorded in any chronicle. It was as if the jungle itself had whispered the word, unveiling a secret preserved for countless generations. The only entrance to Sikira was through those caverns, a trees wall separating them from the known world, and as they crossed it, each of them understood that their destiny had just been irreversible altered. As they ventured deeper into the silent stress, the city proved to be a living clockwork of nature and sorcery. Clara deciphered the symbols, realizing they were not carved, but grown into the stone. Sikira was a sentient memory bank, preserving the story of a civilization that had fused magic with biology. Suddenly, the shadows lengthened and the status moved, not to attack, but to observe. Samuel attempted to photograph the shifting architecture, but his equipment failed. The lion Zikra did not obey the laws of physics. Meanwhile, Diego, struggling with his compass, realizes it was a temporal anchor. Time is still here, but the jungle star was aging rapidly because of it. The realization hit Julian. Sikira was not a discovery, it was a verdict. The ancient sigh. Day fall early was a warning. To leave the city was to break its seal. Potentially causing the surrounding rainforest to wither, but to stay means surrendering their existence to become part of the city's endless, eternal shifts. Guided by the city's pulsing wind, they found the car, a bioluminescent atrium where the history of the world was displayed in shifting vines. Facing an impossible choice, they understood that their mission was not to document, but to protect. In a final, desperate act, Clara recalled the city's protective glyphs, sealing the cavern entrance forever. They emerged back into the humid Amazon, the memory of Sigurd fading like a dream. They had no physical proof, no photos, and no maps. Only the haunting knowledge that the world's greatest wonder remained hidden, safe in the shadows where it belonged. After all that adventure they went through was over, they returned to the city, back to their daily routines, keeping the huge secret that only their eyes had witnessed. As the days went by in the modern city, away from the Amazon, Julian began to feel an uncomfortable feeling that he didn't try to verify or even think about fully. The people, the stress, his home, his job, everything seemed normal. Everything was in order. It was perfect, but so perfect that he began to doubt whether this was the full reality. Meanwhile, in another part of the city, Clara was going about her life, reading books, deciphering ancient words, and hoping that somewhere there might be an answer to what she knew she could never find anywhere. Diego returned to his work, charting maps where there seemed to be nothing, guiding people towards the unknown, while Samuel tried to capture through his lens what couldn't be seen with the naked eye, show it to the world. There was no denying that experience had changed their lives forever. Julian, with his doubts on his mind, was looking for his friends, but it was as if something were stopping him from seeing them. Until one day, something happened in the city center. He spoke to Clara. He called out to her, but she didn't reply. He waved at her, but she didn't see him. Then, for a moment, their eyes met, and right then the word Sikira echoed in their minds. Then they finally understood everything. What they had been experiencing was an illusion. The ancient city had trapped them. The seal had worked properly. Clara had indeed sealed the entrance to the cave forever, but the city would not let them leave. Once they had accepted their destiny to protect Sikra, the city claimed them as its wardens. That's how Julian, the archaeologist, and his inseparable friends Clara, the ancient languages interpreter, Diego the cartographer, and Samuel the photographer broke the illusion and saw the core before their eyes once more. Looking into each other's eyes as if they were a single mind, they made a decision. The four of them placed their hands on the atrium and, in unison, this time, fully aware and determined to face their new destiny, they said, We accept. We accept. Sikira. Then a trail of light, giving them a warm welcome, led then avatar of every corner of the city, the hidden city of Sikira. This is the story of the four wardens who bravely accept the destiny to protect the city deep inside the Amazon, a place that still remains unknown.